Sonic's channel.
Hey fans, Mykle Hunter here, and welcome to part 7 of the Sonic 4 Episode 2 playthrough, and right now I have Cobanermani456 with us. How you doing?
Doing fine, thanks for asking.
No problem. So I heard that this is like one of your favorite stages or something?
Yes, this stage actually is. I don't know, it's just the music and the whole style of the stage. It just looks really epic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that it was pretty cool that they brought back the, what was the original called again? For some reason I can't remember the name.
Oh, God.
The one that was originally in Sonic 2.
Yeah, it was, I know it had Sky in it, but,
This is embarrassing.
I know, considering we're both huge Sonic fans.
And this is Sonic's channel, so...
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't good.
It has been a while, though, since I have played Sonic 2, so...
Mm-hmm. This version is called Sky Fortress, right?
Yes.
So I can't remember what the original is called, because I was thinking the original was called Sky Fortress.
I know, same. I always... When I heard the name of this stage, when it first came out, I thought, wait a second, wasn't that the same name from the old game? Yeah.
I think they overdid the rings right here, though.
Yes, it is full of rings. Like, you could so easily, anytime, just turn into Supersonic or anything like that.
Yeah, in the original games, it was actually a challenge to keep Supersonic at times, and in this one, they just give you so many rings that it's like, if you lose Supersonic, then you must be pretty bad at this game.
Yeah, exactly. It's because I remember when I would play with Supersonic and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I always found it extremely hard to keep them for in some stages for the entire stage. I'd usually run out at least once.
Mm-hmm. And that was the fun part of the challenge too.
Yep.
Is keeping Supersonic. This one is everything is just overly easy. They tell you how to do everything on every section. They tell you where the holes are. Even on parts where you think you're going to die, something ends up saving you.
Yeah. And you can save yourself easily with the tails to where you know, you can. It's like whenever you initiate any move from Tails, it freezes time. So it kind of gives some people advantages in time trials and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, there was an interview recently with Yuji Naka saying his thoughts on the recent Sonic games, and he said that they can't compare to the original games. And he also said that one of the main problems is that the games are too easy now.
Yes, and I have to agree with that. While I like Sonic 4 Episode 2 a lot, I really did enjoy the game. It is terribly easy compared to the other games, because some people were actually telling me that the Death X stage is pretty difficult if, you know, when you play through the game and you're trying to go against Metal Sonic. But even when I played without Supersonic, it just was pretty easy, actually, for me. So, the game, overall, compared to the old games, it's very easy.
Yeah. So if they end up making Episode 3, hopefully they up the difficulty.
Yeah, hopefully so. Because I still, like, the older games, they were challenging, like Sonic 2. Like, Scrap Brain Zone just absolutely massacred me. But it seems like, though, even with some of the older games, they were still pretty easy at some points. So I would like it if it was, you know, I mean, I don't know why Sega lowered the difficulty even more on the games.
Yeah. Like, Episode 1 was already very easy as it was, and then in this one they had to throw in the hints as well, so it's almost like the entire game is in tutorial mode.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of holds your hand at times. While I could have figured out most of it easily anyway on my own, I mean, it does kind of seem like it does want to try to hold your hand at times.
Yeah. The game is pretty fun, though. I do like some of the level designs, and of course the graphics are really nice.
Yeah. That's what I like about the game. It's still pretty fun. While the level design, it doesn't compare to the older games.
Yeah.
For what it is, like with how Sega is trying to get back to the series, get back to the roots, kind of. I do kind of like the level design in some areas. While it's sometimes easy and sometimes a bit simple, I guess you'd say. It still is enjoyable and enjoyable in its own unique way.
Yeah. And my brother actually brought to my attention, because I didn't make the connection at first, that those birds right there were actually from the original Sky, whatever the name was, level.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. The only thing I just remembered were those turtles and how I hated them from back then.
Yeah.
They
look pretty cool in this one, though.
Yeah, they do. It's kind of like they have their own HD remade look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this stage is awesome. I love this one.
Yeah, I remember watching your video on this, and you kept going on and on about how much you loved the stage.
Yeah, it just looks so awesome. It kind of reminded me in some areas like Sonic and Knuckles stage a bit. I can't recall what the second stage is called in that game, but when you go inside the building, it sometimes looks like that stage.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, it's Scratch.
Yeah, those chickens. I remember those in Sonic 2. They were kind of annoying.
They should have brought Grounder back as well and put him on this stage just to make a reference to Scratch and Grounder.
Yeah. And that's one thing also that I've kind of noticed with the game. It seems like the enemies in the Sonic 4 series are a lot easier compared to the older games. Because while you still do have to take out some of these enemies in different ways, you have to, like, it's not just, you just spam the homing attack on every single enemy. In the old game, it seemed like you'd have to figure out different ways to take out enemies. Like, if it had to do with the enemies in Scrap Brain Zone, to where they would constantly, those mantises that would fire stuff at you.
Yeah, there's really only two types of enemies in this game that you actually have to be careful with, and that's the snail-like thing that have the spiny-type spikes. And
the ones in Oil Ocean.
Yeah, those things are annoying.
They are so annoying. It's like whenever I see those things, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna turn into Supersonic and then get off of Supersonic. That is one feature I do like about this game, how you can actually turn off Supersonic. You don't have to keep them until you lose all your rings.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too, because I always wanted that in the original Sonic games.
Yeah, because it would just be like, if you're going against a final boss or whatever and you realize, oh gosh, I'm about to run out of rings. You can't do anything. You just have to wait till you run out of rings, and then you're terribly vulnerable.
Okay, so what do you think of this special ability right here?
I really don't know what to say about it. It kind of surprised me. It was like, the game, it has, some areas it has a lot of enemies, but, just to use that, it kind of seemed like an easy way to go out of it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of pointless, actually.
Yeah.
It's flashy and everything, but it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. Because, all you just do is...
it's basically just free rings.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, it looks, like you said before, while it looks really, really cool to do, it kind of seems like it just was pointless. Like, if they did something to where it was like, there were a ton of enemies or something and you could just use that move, I think that would have been pretty cool to see all the flash and pizzazz and just take out all the enemies in that way. But
the other thing I find pointless about it, though, is that they give you where to use it, and it's only there 2 or 3 times in the entire game.
Yeah, it was very underused.
If they had made it some kind of special ability or something like that, and had some sections where it would be useful, like you have to time it right and build up some type of meter or something like that, and then use that special attack, then that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird the way they did it. I don't really understand what they were going for.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of reminded me of Sonic Colors with their quick time events where you just spam the A button all the time and it's instant win.
Alrighty, so yeah, that's about it for part 7 of the playthrough. Thank you, Cobanermani456, for joining. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Thanks for having me, and also definitely make sure to check out my channel. I do a lot of 3DS Let's Plays, and I'm a pretty big Sonic fan. I do a lot of Sonic Let's Plays as well. Currently, right now, I'm doing Sonic Colors, and then also doing Mario Tennis Open 3D for the 3DS on there. So would love to have you all come out and check it out.
Alright, thanks again for joining. That's about it for this video. This is Mykle Hunter. See you guys next time.
Smashing the disc today to just finally defeat Sonic 06 once and for all, finally. So this is the true finale of this game. So here it is right here. Prepare to meet your doom, Sonic 06.